Some people agree to plans they did not want to make. They say yes, and the moment after, something shifts. A low-level discomfort settles in, not toward the person they invited, not from rudeness or indifference, but from something more specific. Home, for certain people, is the one environment where social performance is suspended entirely. An invitation in disrupts that. Understanding why requires looking at how psychologists describe the relationship between people and their domestic spaces. Psychologists use the term primary territory to describe a space of complete psychological ownership, not simply a physical address, but an environment the brain has learned to associate with full autonomy and low threat. In this space, routine, sensory input, and social expectation are entirely under the individual's control. When another person enters, even someone trusted and welcome, that condition changes. The nervous system registers the shift. The response is not dramatic and often not conscious, but it is measurable. For certain individuals, this response is more pronounced. Researchers estimate that roughly 15 to 20% of the population falls into the category of highly sensitive people, individuals whose nervous systems process sensory and emotional information more intensely than average. For these people, hosting is not simply social, it is sustained, effortful cognitive labor. From the moment a guest arrives, attention diverts toward monitoring comfort, managing atmosphere, reading emotional cues, and evaluating social adequacy. That process does not pause. It continues until the visit ends. The recovery period that follows is not incidental. For introverts and highly sensitive individuals, time alone after social interaction, particularly in the home, serves a restorative function. The space is doing what it was psychologically designed to do. What often goes unacknowledged is the guilt these individuals carry. They describe feeling unreasonable for wanting their home back. They apologize, internally, for suggesting a cafe over a visit, for keeping gatherings brief, for needing the house quiet after guests leave. The discomfort is real, the need is legitimate, but the social framing around hospitality rarely allows room for it. For anyone who recognizes this in themselves, preferring neutral meeting places, limiting the duration of visits, needing time alone to reset, these are not failures of sociability. They reflect a heightened relationship with personal space and a clear awareness of one's own limits. For those who are close to someone like this, the pattern is rarely about indifference. Protecting domestic space often has nothing to do with the value placed on a relationship. It can, in fact, reflect the opposite, a deliberate conservation of energy directed toward showing up more fully in shared spaces outside the home. The home, for some people, functions as the mind's last protected environment. The care with which they maintain it is not antisocial. It is, by most measures, a reasonable response to how they are wired.